No matter what we do with our art at times, it still or will never be perfect the way we want it to be. It kind of brings me to the question that I think we all struggle with at times, is that how do we, get to that point to where we're comfortable with imperfection? And I'm not talking about, the comfortable to where we're complacent, within, this craft and whatnot. Not talking about that. What I am talking about is about being in a place to where we're appreciating the chapters of our creativeness. Excuse me. I think that, having the balance of comparing myself in a healthy way, observing someone else's art and being inspired by that, and having that, really challenge us to really look at our canvas a little bit differently and put a new perspective as far as like how we can delve deeper into our art. Because at times I feel as though with my own art is that it just lacks something. I'm not too sure what it is. Sometimes I feel like it's too formal, it's too polished. It just feels as though that with art, it's subjective, obviously. Art is subjective. And I don't know, with my photography, I feel that I need to just let it be me. And not to say that what I've taken, like photos and videos so far, isn't me, but I think that sometimes we feel like we have to, perform in a sense. You already know. Got the Fuji XH2S, do some photography with. Let's see what my card looks like. My card looks so ragged in here. Looking like somebody chewing on it, if you guys can see it. But yeah. What I'm really realizing is that to just have, patience within these particular moments and really just kind of like let everything just come to me in that particular instance. That ultimately leads me to coming to this realization as far as having a steady patience with my art. I'm right here. I don't like the car in the background. On creating a scene with the 75mm focal length that I have. Kind of reminds me of Nope, to where the cinematographer is like, just a little bit closer, just a little bit. The lighting has to be right. I think that really sums it up as far as the obsession with perfection at times, with capturing everything in the right moment. Try to get these birds. Left my lens and stuff back there. Got the autofocus on. I struggle with, trying to manipulate the lighting with the angles that I was taking of the sand cranes, as far as like how I wanted the light to really just capture a certain part of feature of the sand crane at the time frame. And yeah, that was definitely a struggle for me. And I felt my perfectionism anxiety starting to creep in and starting to take control. It's like, I gotta get it this way, I gotta get it this way. When in all reality, I just need to take the photo sometimes. I just need to really just capture that moment, because that's where we find a lot of our good photos, is those imperfect moments to where it's just right. I will say I did find myself being overwhelmed with the next location I went to. And typically when I get around a lot of people, I resort back to my introverted ways, to where I just want to not be so overstimulated at the time or feel like I'm being rushed, because I know that with the gear that I have, it attracts attention and attracts those conversations whenever I'm trying to capture that moment. But I think it's a healthy balance with that. I think that, carrying this gear around and being able to capture images, sparks up that conversation. Obviously being able to network is always good too, but depending on your motivation, depending on what you want to do with everything. I know I've been approached, many a times about things, but be quite honest with you, I'm just cool just making my art. I'm cool just chilling. I don't know. I'm not really in it to make a buck, in a sense. I'm just here just making the videos that I want to create. I think despite being out there in that overstimulating area, I was able to still, capture, a few images that where I was like pleased with. Even though I felt rushed, I still was able to kind of like bring myself, back within those particular moments to just really involve myself and engage myself in the image that I was trying to create. I think overall, what started as a spontaneous moment to go create turned out to be another session of just rediscovering aspects of my ideology with creating my images and discovering elements of being comfortable with my imperfections and seeing myself more so as this ever-learning student of this craft. As always, continue to appreciate the process, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Deuces. We out, son. We out.